Hello and welcome to Tournament Deck Spotlight, and a special welcome to everyone who is just discovering Shadowverse thanks to the anime. If you're new to the game and you're looking for the best deck to play in rotation right now, well, look no further. This is DB Tempest's Machina Bloodcraft deck, which was part of his tournament-winning lineup in the SEAO Shadowverse Open April Cup just last weekend. Machina Bloodcraft is considered by many to be the strongest deck in the current meta, and seeing how the SEAO SVO April Cup champion, as well as 6 other players in the top 8, brought it in their lineups, I think that is a fair assessment to make. As the name suggests, it is a Bloodcraft deck centered around cards with the Machina trait. It is full of followers that generate more followers, specifically Machina followers, such as Armored Bat, Mecha Shot Devil, and Neon Daybreak Vampire. Outside of anything else, the deck is great just purely with the pressure on board that it can generate. Neon Daybreak Vampire buffs all your other allied Machina cards with +2/+2 and Ward once at least 10 allied Machina followers have been destroyed as well, which works with the rest of your cards and can create huge walls for defense and attack. Nerea Beast Empress can single-handedly stop your opponent in their tracks while clearing their entire board as well. A perfect example of this power can be found in the Grand Finals game that Tempest played against his teammate DB Chrysome's Control Forest. With that perfect turn 3 Armored Bat into turn 4 Neon curve, then the pressure just never relented, and even without playing mono, it led to a victory through sheer board presence. Speaking of, all of these generators power up one of the big win conditions of the deck, Mono Garnet Rebel, who gives you an Alpha Drive spell when 7 or more allied Machina followers have been destroyed. Alpha Drive evolves all your Machina followers, and as Mono gains Storm on Evolve, it isn't difficult to see how she quickly becomes a powerful win condition for the deck. Natur al Machinus acts as a draw engine and combo enabler for the deck by fusing Machina and Natura cards to it. It's able to draw and reduce the cost of Mono to make a massive finisher turn way easier to pull off. Take a look at the quarterfinals game versus IEV Rs21's Hades Shadowcraft. A 5 fusion Natur al Machinus draws that 0-cost mono that leads straight to the win. Just to show off the deck in action, as well as talk about a few cards that I didn't talk about in this breakdown, I played a quick game with this exact list. It's Machina Bloodcraft from Tempest of Dawnbreakers Esports. So as you can see, we are up against Bloodcraft as well. A true mirror match, because you'll see soon that they are also playing Machina Blood here. So we are going first, which is nice because we got that turn 1 crystallized Night Prowl Vampire. Great card to weave in to a lot of your turns for some extra draw. Also has the added benefit of being able to be played on 5 to proc your Nerea's Avarice effect on 6. Turn 2, we play the Robo Goblin here, which gets immediately answered by Changewing Cherub. That's fine, because turn 3 I will just play Armored Bat. Armored Bat sets up nicely for my next turn. Gives me stuff on board no matter what, even if they can answer this. Which they choose not to, they just choose to go face, which is fine. I go with the Hoverboard Mercenary, and I play my own Changewing Cherub to get rid of their Alchemical Confectioner. Then my Armored Bat goes to their face. Changewing Cherub, very powerful card in this deck because it synergizes with all the Machina cards you have. Gives you a Natura card to feed into your Natural Machinus as well. They play Gear Snake Tamer, which Tempest does not run in his list, so that's a big difference there. And then they play Changewing Cherub yet again. It's turn 5, so I will end up playing IO Enchanting Educator, because I can evolve it, and this card is so good for being able to deal with wide boards. And I also play the Night Prowl Vampire here, just in case I draw that Nerea on 6. The good thing about IO is that it also provides a bit of healing for the deck.
Shutting down. Treacherous.
They play another Changewing Cherub, gets rid of my IO, and then they play the Night Prowl Vampire Crystallize, which to me signals pretty strongly that they have Nerea in hand for 6. Of course I don't, and I did the same thing. Generally, if they play Night Prowl on 5, you can kind of assume they have Nerea on 6. Now the Armored Bat on Enhance has 7/7 stats on Evolve, which is great because if they try to trade the Evolved Nerea into it, it would evenly trade and the Nerea would not survive. So if they're trying to conserve evolution points, it would not be great for them. Here, of course, they get around that by evolving the Flood Behemoth instead. The good thing about this is that they now have no evolution points. It's turn 7, so you know what time it is. It's Natural Machina's time. I feed it 5 here, and because I feed it another Natural Machina's, it counts as a Natura card, so I get the discount effect as well. This can easily take out that Nerea, and lucky me, I get Changeling Cherub, which helps deal with this Flood Behemoth, and Mono as well, for that lethal potential in a few turns. I also got 2 Nayans here, which work pretty well with Mecha Wing Angel, which I didn't really cover in the deck breakdown. Mecha Wing Angel, great accelerate, helps you power your Nayan and Mono, as well as just when you reduce it with Natural Machinas, it becomes such a high impact 5-cost card, right? So here I double trade into the Robo Goblin to make some room because I want to play the Nayan here. Then I also end up playing another enhanced Armored Bat. Nayan also spawns 2 assembly droids and then buffs the whole thing. So this board is pretty threatening. Resistance to weird Nerea shenanigans, and also the fact that the Armored Bat summons 2 more assembly droids on Last Words means that it sets up nicely for a potential Mono. Assembly droids are just additional bodies that I can evolve with Mono aggressively. They play Sanguine Core, which is a great tool used by this deck to recover, work towards your inevitable win condition if you need to stave off early aggression. So here they just set up a ward with Nayan. Unfortunately, they don't have 10 or more allied Machina followers destroyed, so I'm able to just double trade, play Mono, which I drew off the top, very lucky, play another Mono, and that's exact lethal with Alpha Drive, that is 20 damage. All in all, I would say that this deck is very much the deck to beat at the moment. Powerful, synergistic, and most importantly, powerful. Before we close, I'd like to plug the Shadowverse weekend happening May 2nd. It's held for SEAO time zones, but it's open for anyone to enter. 2 sessions, morning and afternoon, and the format is the ever hilarious Reverse Take 2, where you draft for your opponent and try to sabotage them. Prizes are given out by raffle, so you can win just by participating. Check it out, link below. That's it for this video. Like the video if you did, don't if you didn't. Leave a comment with some feedback for me on this series, and subscribe and hit that bell for more Shadowverse content in the very near future. Thanks to my wonderful patrons, really appreciate ya. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.